My name's Eileen. Mercury Poisoning's got nothing on me, and I'm gonna crush this comeback. I'm on my way to go see David at ReLive so that I can get my mercury levels tested and other blood work done to see how my kidneys are doing from the chelation, and also get more glutathione. That's so funny, like I'm still so afraid of needles.
Just make sure your kidneys are filtering. We'll get your glomerular filtration rate, which will kind of show how your kidneys are filtering. You'll get a little glucose. I mean, does a quick glucose check, but yeah, that, and then the full thyroid would be TSH, free T4, free T3.
Okay.
So we'll be able to see it all. Let's draw the blood first.
How exciting.
That way, when I give you the glutathione, I'm not going right
Drawing the
pulling it right out.
glutathione. Yeah, that makes, that's a good order of operations.
Let's do it that way.
I don't like it.
My name is Dave Raday. I'm one of the partners here at ReLive Medical. We specialize in hormone optimization, weight loss, anti-aging. We're getting ready to start some IV therapeutics. So anything that you need, and what's different about us is we are more of a concierge type of medicine practice. So we, like Eileen coming here, we can help you with, if you have different things. Our doctors are very great and they spend a lot of time with you. We're not the typical Western medicine, so we can kind of do some things that maybe you're not going to get at your primary care physician.
I still freak out. It's so crazy. I've had more than 100 needles in my arms and during the chelation and everything, and I still freak out about needles.
These are
Like
baby
the
needles.
worst anxiety ever.
The reason it works for all this stuff, cancer patients, patients that have, the toxic blood, is this works on a cellular level and helps fight the free radicals that are in the cells causing all these problems. So that's really its main benefit, is it'll work against anything bad that you have happening in your body. It's going to help clear those cells out to make them more healthy. How are you feeling now? After a year of this?
I would say alive is probably the best way to describe it, because for the longest time I felt like I was walking dead.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was probably the chelation, because the chelation was almost worse than just the side effects of having mercury poisoning, because it's drawing it out of you, so it's almost making it tenfold worse during that chelation detox period. And it literally depletes everything out of you, so it's good to wake up and have energy again and be able to move around.
Yeah.
And
if anybody knows Eileen, she's got a lot of energy. But when she was going through this, it was not her. It was night and day. She would walk in here just down, and you could tell she was just, looked like she'd been beaten up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was
probably the best. Yeah, like walking
dead.
dead.
So then you could tell as the chelation went on, the chelation was really hard on her. But then she started getting better, and as we tested, the lower her levels got, the more energy she had.
Yep.
And now she's back to normal.
Crazy
Crazy Eileen. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so it's great. It's good. Really good.
I know.
But it makes us think a lot, obviously, about, now I was telling her earlier that we see a lot of patients now that have, if they're fairly symptomatic or are having some of these same problems and the doctors can't diagnose it, I'm now automatically going to, maybe we should do a heavy metal test and let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Absolutely. Right? Well, especially now because before, ahi tuna was not on every single menu. Right. And now you have places dedicated to ahi tuna, right? You have poke bowls everywhere you go. You have ahi on the appetizer on pretty much every, decent restaurant's menu. You have poke city, poke burrito, whatever. And you're supposed to eat ahi tuna once a month, and so it's just one of those things that I think that it's just overseen a lot, and we're going to start seeing more and more and more of it, like Tony Robbins, who just got diagnosed.
Yep.
There's another professional bodybuilder who almost recently died too.
Yeah.
And then through this, I actually met 4 people that had friends die from mercury poisoning.
Really?
And they didn't even know
Yeah.
that that's what it was.
And there's
until
probably
it was too
even
late.
more that you know, and it's not the mercury poisoning never gets diagnosed, or even heavy metals of any kind never get diagnosed, but they end up dying of a different, like, let's just even say congestive heart failure or something, and it all kind of would go back to this is what started it.
Well, and that's exactly what happened with me too, was like, okay, so there was, you know, I went to 4 or 5 different doctors before, and they all had their myopic view of, you know, you have, it depends which doctor I was at, but whatever their subject matter expertise was that's what I had. And sure enough, in their defense, I did have that because my blood was toxic, and it goes through every one of your organs, right?
Yeah.
So it was my Hashimoto's, it was my colitis, it was my, like, you know, fill in the blank of one of 8, you know, autoimmune diseases that I have.
Yes.
Sure, it was all of the above because my blood was toxic.
Right.
Yeah.
And so are you still fighting with some of those, or has everything kind of gotten better because we've got that in line?
Yeah, so because the mercury poisoning is under control now, and the levels and threshold is normal, like all my autoimmunes have kind of subsided, and they're the other thing that's great too is through the chelation, I found a new drug called low dose naltrexone, LDN, and they give it to lupus patients. And that drug, I take 1 pill now instead of the 20 pills I'm supposed to take for all my autoimmune. So I love that drug, and they say there's no side effects to it and that you can be on it long term. So, you know, maybe down the road I'll be that person that shouldn't have been on it long term. But for now, it's been great. So, yeah, I like it. So where are we in the grand scheme of my recovery?
You are finally, after a year, or around a year, back to normal range of mercury in your blood. Initially, back a year ago, on October 2nd, right around October 2nd, I think, is when we did the initial test, and you were at a 129, and the level should be 11 or under. So that's quite a, and we don't, you know, you don't ever see that, of course. So, and a lot of it's because nobody ever really gets tested for that. But everybody just goes to a different diagnosis, like what you had happen. Everybody was saying, well, it's your autoimmune, it's this, it's that. And with your research, that's how you kind of came up to, you know what, I think I probably need a heavy metal test.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's when you came in and we did that to find out that mercury poisoning. With all your other treatments with your chelation therapy, which is a huge thing to do, but it also takes a toll on you.
Yes, it did.
And glutathione, which works to help kill and work with the cells to get some of those free radicals out of there and get some of those toxins to get out. You've come and stop eating fish for a while.
The wrong types of fish. I still eat the good types of fish.
But so now you're down, and we're going to do another test right now to see where, I think last time you were at
a 4.
4, yeah. So from 129 to 4.
In a year.
Probably a year, yeah.
And so I'm super excited about living again and going out and just trying everything to its fullest and more adventures. Please subscribe so that you can join me on this 4-part series of my comeback from not dying from mercury poisoning.